Welcome to This Week in Poker, your source for latest happenings in poker news. I'm Christy Arnett. After Eric Baldwin was crowned the 2009 Card Player of the Year, 2010 was ushered in and wide open for the taking of a new tournament king or queen. With the culmination of the PokerStars Caribbean Adventure in the Bahamas, the leaderboard has taken some shape. The winner of the main event was 19-year-old Harrison Gimble. He outlasted more than 1,500 players to win the top prize of $2.2 million. He was also awarded 3,000 POI points, putting him in the top spot. Here's a little of what he had to say after the win. Harrison, you're 19 years old. You came in here to one of the only tournaments you can play legally, and you decimated a field of 1,500 players. Now, before the final table, you said you were confident, but were you confident when you first came in and saw this massive field?
Day one, I had a really good day. I came in, I was kind of tight at first just to scout out everyone because, I mean, it's my first 10K buy-in, so I figured the players would be better. But luckily, in the beginning, they weren't that great.
So you got a good table draw.
Yeah, and at the end of day one, I had over 100 big blinds. And I actually said to someone, look, I have over 100 big blinds, I'm going to win this tournament. So I did.
The winner of the $25,000 buy-in high roller event at the PCA was William Reynolds. He triumphed over a field of 84 players to take home $576,000. The other exciting news that came from the PCA is the announcement of the PokerStars North American Poker Tour, also known as the NAPT. The PCA is now going to be considered part of that tour, and the next stop is at the Venetian in Las Vegas. The main event is a $5,000 buy-in and scheduled for February 20th. The hostess of the NAPT is Joanna Krupa, who we caught up with at the press conference. Joanna, how did you get involved with this tour?
Well, I actually got approached for their $1 million challenge, which I did at the beginning of December, and somehow we came in talks, and it was like perfect timing that they were, releasing their North American Poker Tour, and I played in the World Series in 2005, so I guess it kind of, came back to me. It's so funny because my career is so diverse, from Dancing with the Stars to doing Superstars, an athletics show, to now PokerStars. Like, it's all stars in the titles of the shows I've been doing.
In online news, Full Tilt introduced a brand new cash game format on the site called Rush Poker. Players who join a Rush Poker table will join a pool of players spread out across multiple tables, and the second hand is folded, the players move to a new table with new opponents and another hand to play. Up to 4 seats are available to each player in one particular pool, allowing for lightning fast action. For this week's edition of the Poker Buzz, we caught up with Full Tilt Red Pro and Card Runner's lead instructor, Taylor Cavey. He gave us a couple tips on playing Rush Poker. Well, of course, with you as a Card Runners Pro, I've got to ask, what do you think is sort of the optimal strategy here? Have you found things that work a bit better for this type of poker?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say exactly. There are a few interesting things, though. The first being that nobody else really knows how you're playing because you're constantly shuffled into a new group of players. So for me, it's kind of hard to get away with a whole lot of stuff because as a Red Pro, players tend to, kind of keep an eye on what you're doing, and for me especially, with a lot of the videos that I've made of, playing aggressive poker and bluffing and stuff, people don't give me a whole lot of credit. But I think a lot of players could very, very easily exploit the fact that no one knows that they're maybe 3-betting a ton late in position, or that they're 3-betting button openers a lot. And also I think that opening in late position against people that don't know you've been opening a ton in late position seems like it would work a lot. Now the caveat would be that people are going to figure out that you're doing this eventually, and it's going to eventually be understood that this is a proper strategy. So you kind of have to be careful. I would say it's probably best to play a hybrid strategy of a lot of times you're opening really, really loose late, but then maybe some other sessions you start to play a little bit more straightforward because you don't want to always be playing the same way.
If you want to try out Rush Poker on Full Tilt, don't forget to take advantage of a special 100% sign-up bonus up to $600 through Card Player by typing in CP600CP. Now onto a legal update. John Pappas, the executive director of the Poker Players Alliance, told members this week that they could expect to see Representative Barney Frank's poker bill to legalize and regulate online poker in the U.S. up for a committee vote as early as next month. He said that this will be the first time there will be a vote on licensing and regulation of internet poker, and that we need bipartisan support. Pappas is encouraging poker players to contact their members of Congress to let them know their stance on Frank's bill. The tournament circuit is getting into full swing again. The Aussie Millions main event begins this weekend on Sunday, and the PokerStars EPT event in Deauville began yesterday. More news updates will be given on those events on cardplayer.com. Thanks for tuning in to This Week in Poker. I'm Christy Arnett for Cardplayer TV.